Okay, this is Mike Franklin. I'm with Franklin Rattan Unique Property Specialists. Today we're going to review the Morse Mott Mansion, built in 1803. It's a stone mansion in Eaton, New York, near Colgate University. Um, Eaton is also near Morrisville, which is has a state university, and it's just east of Cazenovia. So it's kind of southeast of Syracuse and southwest of Utica. And Morse Mansion is an important historic property. The Morse family were early settlers, and they were very influential, starting early mills, and their primary business was a distillery. And they built the house in 1803, and one of the Morse daughters eventually married into the Mott family from Bouckville, who started Motts Apple Sauce brand in 1842, and the brand is still going strong today. But and the Mott family lived in it for many years after the Morse, so nearly 200 years. Those two families occupied this property, and one of the Morse boys became a brigadier general in the Civil War, and they have quite a storied history in this area. And so it's a significant property for the area. And after the Mott family, they sold it to these gentlemen who did a lot of restoration work, but subsequently had a fire, and the property went into disrepair, and so it's been the victim of a fire and some neglect, and it's going to need a new steward to bring it back. It's a large restoration project, but I believe one worth doing. As you can see, it's a stone mansion, and it's built like a tank. The walls are 3 feet thick. It has what they call good bones. It is a very solid structure, but basically the roofs are shot, and there's fire damage. But there was some good restoration work, which I'll show you on the interior. Let me just show you some exterior shots first. And the roofs are in terrible condition. The grounds need complete renovation, but it's a beautiful piece of property. The part that we're selling is approximately 7 acres, and has a field and a two stall horse barn, which we'll get into that later on. As you can see, these windows are boarded up. It has significant foregone maintenance, and like I said, fire and water damage. And I'll show you a few more exterior photos. But as you can see, it is a substantial property. These iron fences are very cool, but as you can see, they are in disrepair. And this shows you that the roof is in significant disrepair. But a very important positive is we believe these two gentlemen that restored the property before the fire rebuilt the chimneys in this property, and that must have been considerable expense. And we'll show you more details of that later on. And you can see them better here, and I may have more close-ups for you. Let's see. So here's the field that comes with the property. So the property line basically goes around here, up here, cuts in, over, and down to here. So here cuts over here. I think there's another jag to about here, and then here and around to here and to the road in here. That's the property line. Here's the horse barn. The outbuildings also need roofs. I think the horse barn is salvageable, but it's needs some TLC as well. But 7 acres, obviously needs some tree maintenance as well. Here's the fire damage on this side, and there is water getting into this corner of the house. and it's rather concerning. But I think most of the damage has already been done, and I think it's salvageable. You see these chimneys; these are actually in very good condition, and so that's a considerable expense that's already taken care of. It's not that old; they might be 25 years old. Let's check out the interior. Okay, and if you another positive is these floors. Now here it doesn't look that great because they're dirty, but these floors were renovated and they're beautiful floors. Obviously the windows are boarded up to keep the weather from getting in. And here's the water damage from the back part of it. The fire was above here, and of course the firemen cut holes and it made a mess. But I think the verticals are probably likely okay, and so this may look worse than it actually is. But as you can see, the floors are good, and the fireplaces are good, and all the chimneys were reworked. And as you can see, it's modern electric. They redid the electric, so that a lot of that is salvageable as well. And again, look at the floors. They're nice. They're just dirty. And here's the this is when you come in the door. There's two main entrances. This is underneath the pillars that you saw. The true formal entrance is over on that. This is the east side of the building. Over on the west side is the true formal entry. But this is I don't know, a hall or a foyer. It's the whole length of the building. But anyway, immediately to the left goes into this room here, and you can see they put in some plumbing over here and had a wet bar for this room. And again, the floors are nice. And look how deep the windowsills are. That's how thick the walls are in this building. It's very solidly constructed. Different angle of the same room, and there's just a lot of clutter and a lot of mess, and it makes it perhaps look worse than it is. But like I said, the electric has all been redone. And this is another living area across the hall from here. This is on the west wing of the house. And again, look at how deep the windowsills are. And this goes back into that main hall where that fireplace was and the water damage. This is a fireplace in the kitchen area, which is the left-hand wing of the house. It's not the stone portion of the house. And as you can see, this is old school. And we have a Library of Congress photo of this fireplace, in action with a teapot on here, Very cool. This could be brought back. And there's another angle. This is a staircase that goes up above the area, not the stone area of the house, but the left-hand wing. And there's 3 good-sized rooms up here. Could be 2 bedrooms and a living room. There's plenty of room for a bathroom and a kitchen up there. Could be an entire apartment over there. This is a door through to a kitchen, and this is the kitchen. And you can see at one point in time, they had this set up pretty nice. And there's also a kitchen in the basement, and we'll show you that later. Very substantial commercial kitchen. And this is the back side of that fireplace I just showed you. And some neat brickwork. And these are modern breakers right here. And there's more of them down in the basement. But yeah, it's a mess, but it's I think it's salvageable. This is off that kitchen. There's a stand-up shower and a toilet, and the sink was here. It's a pretty good-sized bathroom. And then here's the formal stairs on the north, on the formal entry. Goes up here, and here's the landing. These rivets are missing, but they're there. They're stacked here, and there's some downstairs as well. So that could be repaired. And again, the floors are nice. This is the bedroom. If you look to the right here, this is that bedroom, and there's a full bath here. And you can see all the smoke from the fire damage. But again, the floors are nice, and they're salvageable. And the bathroom, obviously is a mess, but it probably looks worse than it is. Just soot. And here's another look, and again, look how deep the windowsills are. And then across the hall to the left from that landing is this bedroom, and and this goes into what became the master bath, which is, and again the floors are nice, which is where the fire was, and you'll see in there in a minute, and it's pretty bad. Yeah, here it is. This is where the fire originated. And all those downstairs where you saw all the insulation falling down from the ceiling, that was all underneath this. So this is where the fire was, and obviously it's a mess. But this was a completely modernized bathroom that these guys put together, and obviously it got ruined. And so obviously that needs to be redone. And this is the next room through here is the master bedroom. A lot of space here. But, I mean, this looks bad, obviously. But look at this blockwork. That is not 200 and some year old blockwork. This was done about 25 years ago. And look at it. It's very solid condition. That's all salvageable, I believe. So, as much of a mess as this is, you pop this sheet of plywood out, and you throw this stuff out the window, and you clean the place up, and you frame it up, and it could be nice again. This is the stair from the main level down to the basement, and these stairs are very solid. I mean, most cellar stairs are kind of rickety. These are very solid. Obviously, it needs to be cleaned up. And here's a view of them. And again, it's dirty, but these walls are very substantial. And they had a commercial kitchen going on down there, and there's a lot of good space, and these ceilings are pretty high. I don't think they're quite 8 feet high, but they're maybe 7.5 feet. They're nice high ceilings, plenty of room to, you could put a bar in here, or it's got a walkout entry, which is cool, and it's stair access into the house. And this is another, open area that you could turn into a living area somehow. Could be a neat little place to put a pool table or something. And here's the utility room, and you can see they did a lot of upgrading, and it's all a mess now. But I'd say the wiring that they did through all the outlets in the house is salvageable. And then obviously they did a lot of plumbing work. I don't know, what of that is salvageable. And this is another wing of downstairs. It's another kitchen area, and there's 2 half baths down here. Isn't her baths, and back here is a laundry room. Right here. But so that's the interior of the house, and so it has a total of either 5 bedrooms, could be 6. Depending on how you configure it. Here's the grounds. Again, this field is part of it, and these little outbuildings. Apparently, this was a pond, and if you wanted to dig it out some more, you could have a pond. Just hasn't been maintained in many years. But yeah, again, the property line is here. It cuts over here a little bit, and I think there's 2 jags in it. It goes out to about there, and then all the way around here. And this is the little creek that runs through here. And this isn't part of the property, but it's part of the view. Well, these cows are always hanging out. It's kind of cool. And so you can see it goes to the backyard, and there's a fence back here, and a lot of trees and stuff. And here's a look back. And this is the little village of Eaton. Right here. So it's a quick jog down to the convenience store. Morrisville College is to the north, and Hamilton College is right over this ridge over here. It's less than 5 miles away. I'm not, the town of Hamilton, the village. It's where Colgate University is, and then there's the Hamilton Airport, which is a very nice facility. Another view of the of the scene. Okay, and just a quick look at the outbuildings. Here they are right here. They may be salvageable. They're not in great condition at all, but they're salvageable, I think. I think a couple horses would be very happy there. I've got the Library of Congress write-up of the property. It's very informative. Tells you the whole history of the property and the families, and some pretty good information there. Some old photos. So that's that fun fireplace off the kitchen, with the teapot going on there. Pretty cool. And then back when it was in pretty good shape. There's the formal entry on the north side of the house. And this chimney isn't there anymore, but it's pretty cool how they twisted them to make it fit properly. And the attic, the attic's got a lot of usable space. It's not counted in the square footage, but there's a lot of room up there. Do a lot of stuff. There's a look at the front. This is probably in the early 70s or something. Very substantial stone mansion. The square footage, I think, is about 1,700 per floor. So that'd be 34 between these two here. And then this wing is about 1,400 between top and bottom. So 34, 44, 4,800 square feet. And then there's that full attic, and then there's the basement. So, I think 5,000 is a good conservative figure. If you added up the basement and the attic space, it's probably 6,500 square feet of usable space. Okay, then we've got a little area tab. Tells you all the different places are, how far away they are. Then we have a map that shows you where it is relative to everything. That's the little village of Eaton. Zoom out further, and here's Hamilton, and if you zoomed into Hamilton, you'd see there's Colgate University is right here. So the house is here. And Morrisville, SUNY Morrisville's here. Casanova and Casanova College are over here. Hamilton College is up over here, right about here. Oh, it's in Clinton right here. Utica, Syracuse. Syracuse has a significant airport. Rome has their airport. You can see it's a big one right here. Anyway, not too far off the New York State Thruway. Okay, and then I have a data tab that provides you with the various MLS data. And here's the property map line here. So this is the area that we're selling in red, this area here. So it doesn't go all the way down to the creek, but it covers that field and the road here and goes around this other property. This green area is actually part of the parcel. This is 8.14 acres. I'm estimating this to be about an acre. That's not included in the sale, but it is potentially negotiable. There are two buildings that are in disrepair that are pretty unique, but they're small, but they're one is quite functional. The other one needs complete restoration. It's brick, so it is restorable. But that's the current owner also. They have a house here. So they wanted to keep this potentially, but it's negotiable. But this is it. It's about 7 acres right here. Let's see. Like I said, here's the MLS data. 7 acres, built in 1802. I think that's from the tax records. My understanding was 1803. There's a full bath on the main level of the house. There's 2 full baths on the second level. and there's 2 half baths in the basement. Let me see if there's anything more relevant. Here's 5 fireplaces. The school taxes are based on an assessment. I think it's about 45,000 or something like that, and the total taxes are like whatever 759 plus 558 is, so it's like 1350 or something. And that's it. So again, it's the Morse Mott Mansion.com, and this is Mike Franklin. The sale is it's listed as $99,000. We're looking for proposals for who has the best restoration plan, and it's a blind bid. So you put in your bid, and if they like your proposal, they're soliciting other bids. So it might behoove you to bid higher. We'll see how it plays out, but basically the seller will, basically don't be intimidated by an auction. Just put in an offer that you think is fair, and see if they're willing to accept it. But the bids are minimum $99,000 plus a 3% buyer's premium. Is the lowest minimum bid that we're considering right now, and we also want to see what your plans are for restoring it, and we'd like to get a proper steward for this important historic property. Again, this is Mike Franklin with Franklin Rutan. It's the Morse Mansion, Morse Mott MOTT Mansion.com. And again, my name is Mike Franklin. Thank you very much.